the primary objective tayo kami, Laarni, and Sir Steve, you know that, is to make sure that we deliver services that benefits our MCO.
Yes,
So
of
regardless of what's happening, adupay iti dadto mga banbanag nga we need to address this power supply contract is one of the most important thing that we need to secure in the soonest possible time. Iso nga together with the board and our management, we are recommended that we conduct our own CSP, competitive selection process, so that almost immediately we can source out from possible bidders, nga timanga bakat da tayo lang nga MCO kuma, no?
Wala, sir.
So we know that nga amuming makita tayo nga power rate adjustments is impending and inevitable. Tiket na saman hantayon nga mapigilan. Yeah. So the best thing we can do is find the best possible deal. Iso nga dijay iti aramidin tayo nga talaga nga diskusyonan tayo nga usto iti board, and that has been a constant thing almost since we started, no? One of the things nga masapol nga maaramid ket address this, because this is an immediate and important issue.
Yes,
so please help us look forward towards a better deal kati kararag tayo na that we find a bidder that is gonna supply our demand in the most feasible way, so that everybody wins in that regard.
So where are we now in that CSP level tayo, sir?
Madama, actually. I think we are about to release that particular info or process, and I think that's on the works right now, because
figures.
when umuna pa yung masapol kat we have gamin to follow the process, Laarni, and I think amok that, like all of us, including myself, we are mabaling ko ma-expedite, bigat mabalinan but manumabalin ka tagpasensya tayo basit, we have to follow the process. There's a process that we need to follow, kat rest assured nga our best interest is considered to be at the end of this.
We're very, very lucky to have people like you nga ensure dita, sir. Yes, sir, Steve.
To add to Pastor's comments, the Bids and Awards Committee will include 2 members from the MCOs outside of Beneco.
Oh, that's good.
Essentially. So that is a requirement, I think, by law. So the Bids and Awards Committee will be comprised of Beneco management and 2 MCOs of their selection. So we're trying to form that as soon as possible. I think they're going to give us propose some names in our next board meeting on Tuesday. So the moment the board has passed a resolution, then we will proceed with the Bids and Awards Committee.
Who will give
project.
the names, sir?
Beneco management will come up with recommendations.
Okay.
So these
that's a
are
very good development, and for MCOs to hear also.
Well, as much as possible, gamin Laarni, pardon us for the last couple of months or weeks, because we are really, trying to facilitate these issues, no? Kathan ngay amin, kung mga dawatan mi matantipan nakaawat yam amin nga some of the things that we discuss are, kind of confidential in nature. Not because we don't want to inform everybody, but we don't want to preempt, dadagay information ta awan fighty finality naman. So rest assured that after all this has been done thoroughly and with due diligence, as our good chairman would always say, is that everybody will be informed on the progress and how these things are done. That is why even in the bidding process, we'd like to involve the MCO, because as provided by law, and of course for the best interest of all, that would make it more objective in nature.
Oh, wow. Thank you, sir. May imayat dito nga development nga talaga. Nang nagtayumat, apo MCOs tayo na. So, straight from them, our interim board of directors. And that's very good news. If I may say so, amin tayo dito IJ dagita empleados de Beneco, we are also all MCOs. Diba, Sir Steve?
yes.
Iti damdamag lokal, manipod iti DZWT 540, Beneco nakasaganan iti panagdalapos iti Super Typhoon Mawar. Iti posible pa nagdalapos si Super Typhoon Mawar kat segon kan ni Engineer Ramel Rifani, Beneco Acting Manager. Kinunanan na arinogyanan ti kooperatiba ti inventaryo iti materyales tapno masiguradong adda ti umdas a supply iti poste, transformers, ken line hardware akas pag panagsagana iti posible a danyos nga itunda iti nasao a super typhoon. Idi malem ti kalman, Biyernes, May 26, 2023, nangiyulog iti NSD iti notice para kadigiti personnel ken jobbers nga agsagana iti panakaideklara iti red alert ken dadumapay a kagawaan para iti mobilisasyon dagiti personnel no kasapulan babaen iti task force. Inlawlawag ni Rifani at ipan naka-activate ti Beneco Disaster Mitigating and Emergency Restoration Plan wenno BDMERP apan nakabigbiya daytoy ket nabayagen a masursurot iti manon atawen ket nakadepende iti mapasaran a danyos ken ti kinalawa ti lugar a maapektaran iti power interruption. Uray pay no awan iti storm signal. Iti kanito nga ideklara ti Office of the Civil Defense Cordillera or no OCDCAR ti red alert insigida met nga i-activate ti Beneco ti task force daytoy ken iti bukod na a BDMERP. Ti ground commander ket ni Engineer Mario Calatan, NSD's OIC Department Manager. Kinunamet ni Interim Board Chairperson Steve Cutting at ti Beneco akas world-class utility company ket adda iti sursuruten na a protocol ken nakasagana iti anyaman a pasamak. Immapilapay ni Cutting para iti anos ken pannakaawat dagiti consumer iti kanito a mabdalapos ti syudad ti Baguio ken probinsya ti Benguet iti kalamidad akas iti Baguio no makapasar iti power blackout. Gaputa masapul met dagiti Beneco linemen iti naan-anay at tiyempo tapno natalged a may pasublida iti supply iti kuryente. Master Control, may saman nga sonata para iti pan nakaselebrar iti Mother's Month iti bulan iti Mayo.
I stay out too late. Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. That's what people say. I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay. At least that's what people say. That's what people say. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 and the haters gonna hate, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it off, I shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break, 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 and the faker's gonna fake, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it off, I shake it off. I never miss a beat. I'm lightning on my feet, and that's what they don't see. That's what they don't see. I'm dancing on my own, dancing on my own. I'll make the moves up as I go, and that's what they don't know. That's what they don't know. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop grooving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 and the haters gonna hate, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, I shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break, 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 and the faker's gonna fake, 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 baby. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it off, I shake it off. Shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off. I shake it off, I shake it off.
Hey, hey, hey! Just think, while you've been getting down and out about the liars and the dirty, dirty cheats of the world, you could have been getting down to this sick beat.
My ex-man brought his new girlfriend. She's like, oh my god, I'm just gonna shake into the fella over there with the hella good hair. Won't you come on over, baby? We can shake, shake, shake. Yeah, 'cause the player's gonna play, 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 and the haters gonna shake, shake. I shake it out, I shake it out. Heartbreak is gonna break, 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 break. And the fake is gonna fake, 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 fake. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it out, I shake it out. Shake it out, I shake it out. I shake it out, I shake it out. I shake it out, I shake it out. I shake it out, I shake it out. Shake it out, I shake it out. I shake it out, I shake it out. I shake it out, I shake it out. I shake it out, I shake it out. Shake it out, I shake it out. I shake it out, I shake it out. You got to. I shake it out, I shake it out. I shake it out, I shake it out.
Oh. Dayta nga sunata ket para kadagiti nanang nga kaslakan niya tatta nga bulan iti Mother's Month nga bulan ti Mayo. Agyaman na kanyam dita sir Master Control. Iti pa nakaangay iti may kaupat apulo kat duwa nga annual General Membership Assembly wenno agma iti Beneco kat may isang importante nga pakaamo daytoy. Sabado, June 3, 2023, Municipal Hall Grounds iti Kapangan ti pakaangayan na daytoy. Taag sa saruno nga Sabado kat isuti dates nga o iyumaymid idati kat itoy lang Bagyo ti pakaholdan nang for the recent years nga napalpalabas mapantayo iti Northern Benguet, ito'y South and Baguio City. So nga, para iti North Benguet, into no June 3, iti Municipal Hall Grounds iti Kapangan Benguet. This is for Atok, Tublay, Kapangan, Kibungan, Bakon, and Mangkayan ken Bugyas. Inton June 10, 2023, ijay Mat Benguet State University, Ambangeg Campus, Bukod Benguet, para iti South Benguet District, La Trinidad, Tuba, Sablan, Bukod, Kabayan, and Itugon. Inton no Sabado ti June 17 met, Baguio City for Baguio City Districts, ijay Easter School Gymnasium. Daytoy ti latest nga update na daytoy taid. No mapansin tayo kadagijay announcements nga na ipabpablaak kat to be announced dayjay venue for Baguio City. Idikal man na finalize tayon ijay Easter School Gymnasium. Iti agenda amendment to the Article of Cooperation and Bylaws, engagement of external auditor, approval of the 2023 COB when cash operating budget tayo iti Beneco. Kan may kaupat jay approval of the 2023 development plan. Members who cannot attend the assembly in their assigned venues can attend any of the other venues. Kaya't nasa uwan, no taga Northern Benguet kayo, ijay Bugyas kayo, mabalin kayo mat nga ag-attend. At that time tayo ijay, or dito'y Baguio City, no? Kas pagariganhan tayo nga at dati nasisita, nga napanan tayo, dayta nga aldaw nga naiset ijay, ayan yu, mabalin kayong may dito'y Baguio. Uray mat dagijay taga Baguio, no? Kaya't damot bumisitan to ijay Bukod, wano ijay Kapangan, mabalin. Basta may sa nga Sabado, dapat si tayo nga member consumer owners, we have to attend. Taday to'y agma tayo kat isuti pakatalantanan, ti importante, ag-report iti management kani board kinya tayo. Tas si tayo nga rod iti kangatuan nga kunada. So only members with registered meters can attend. Kat itugot tayo dayjay may sa nga valid ID ken han tayo liplipatan. We should wear our face mask. Daytoy nga pakaamuket naggapo iti Beneco management. Sir Steve, Pastor Sohl, I think adapay ti masapul tayo nga talantanen. Kat may sa daytoy dayjay election of our regular board of directors. I think that was also one of your marching orders from the admin when you were appointed in the January 11 event.
Thank you, Ma'am Laarni. The charter, Beneco's charter, stipulates that the election of the board of directors is in October. And that is the schedule for this year. So, since we're still being run by NEA, technically, then that is will have to be approved by NEA. For the information, of course, of our listeners and the MCOs, and Beneco management, everything that is done in Beneco is approved by NEA. Our board resolutions, our financial budgets, our operational processes are all approved by NEA. We can create policy, and it's followed, but there has to be a NEA endorsement. So even with respect to the Board of Elections, even though our charter says it's in October of this year, there has to be an endorsement by NEA. Pastor.
Yeah, ipakalawag tayo lang niya nga, in as much as we are really working on Laarni in the
Yes, sir.
charter tayo, cooperative na, which is one of our primary actually objective ito board, no? For the information of all, we are in the process of completion. We are actually already, recognized by CDA as registered, but adapay dagiti masapul tayo nga palpasan, as one of this is the amendment of our charter.
Well.
Yeah, which is going to be approved during the AGMA. And upon the approval of that, then we can commence with other cooperative functions. Kat masapol nga, as we said, there are processes that we need to follow. Kat may sakuma ditoy, actually, di nga ro, may sa nga priority tayo is restore pay. DJ Beneco to its AAA status. Because in that way, we can justify nga we are already back to normal. Kat dagiti gamin nga function kaabsat kat kas pangarigan dagiti election and all other, especially our GM appointment per se is part of that. Only things can only be done when things are normal.
course.
So dapat mai-subli tayo pa DJ kat DJ iti kamakam tayo iti board nga mai-subli dagiti nga normalcy justifying the processes that we have to do. Iso nga ti may sakit our GM selection nga was recommended to us that it will be best, no, so that we can function almost immediately and normalize it, expedite, no, thereafter followed by the board election. So nga daytoy kaabsat ket sasao nga masapol nga discussion tayo with the due diligence, no, gamin this will then kunak nga rod solidify claim tayo nga we are normal already, we are functioning, so that we can commence with the normal functions, the discharges of these functions. Kat adungay iti banbanag that we should consider integral part nga kuna tayo. Adati na dumaduma nga paset in order for us to be given permission, and as Sir Steve already mentioned, whether we like it or not, we are under law, managed, or supervised by our government through the NEA. But the only good thing is tatnumat ammo tayo so that we can balance out our views, is that your board is functioning independently, and we are always considering the best interest of our MCOs. That is why our constant communication, relationship building with our management and also with the government is balanced out, and we decide. Of course, our marching, orders is always for the benefit or at the end of our MCO. So, sapay ko we be patient and be supportive, give us that benefit of the doubt. No, mabalin nga dawaton mi, no sabali iti, we have different varying opinions and we respect that, but I hope that you also give us that due benefit of the doubt so that we can function with integrity in the appointment that we have been given, to make sure that those marching orders are followed.
Thank you, Pastor Sohl. Nang tayo matdaytan niya. Dati supporter tayo ditoy ni Mr. Victor Pasukin. Good AM po karonda ken ka-MCO. Pa-shoutout po sa mga participants sa fun run at mga comrades sa meter reader na naglalakad. May isa ni Mr. Victor Pasukin kat may isa nga kadwa tayo nga meter reader. By the way, ongoing tata daytoy ko madya may isa nga i-trivia tayo tata niya. Beneco is celebrating its 50th birthday this year. So nga on October 5, 2023. Kat start of its months-long celebration that will culminate by October is today's Takbong Beneco Fun Run. O, nag-start na tayo 6 a.m. Baka nalpas pa yun. Ti purpose na dahito yung Takbong Beneco kat promoting good health, maintain a drug-free working area, and develop camaraderie among our co-workers and the member consumer owners. Ti ruta iti 3K. Kung naday niya, taduwa dito 3K kan ni 5K. J 3K from Beneco headquarters ijay South Drive, mapan ijay South Drive Park, and then Korean Palace, Paterni Street, turn to Guardhouse and Country Club Road. Ijay tun intersection to South Drive Road, Korean Palace, South Drive, Beneco Headquarters. Finish iso na daytoy. Na napaspaspas iti 3K. Nagrugita datay alas 6 yung nalpas dagito yan. Naglalo no napaspas da. J5K mat, ijay Beneco Headquarters, jay syempre, jay South Drive niya. And then magna ijay South Drive Park, Korean Palace, Paterni Street, turn to Guardhouse, Country Club, ijay intersection to South Drive Road, and then ijay pedestrian to South Drive Road, ken Korean Palace, South Drive Park, agsubli ijay Beneco Headquarters. Daytoy kat awanti binayadan da dagijay imay nga nakijoin kinya tayo ta open registration mat daytoy. Time check, it's already 7:58. Master control may saman pa nga sunata dita. Tapno agwagwag tayo mat inya.
Can I help you?
I only knew you for a while. I never saw your smile till it was time to go away.
Time
Day, taman. Electric dreams talagang the electric dreams tayo, especially here in Beneco. When it comes to renewable energy, we have proven ourselves nga kaya tayo ti agpatakder ken ni agpataray iti maysa nga mini hydro wenno renewable power, di ba, Sir Sohl, Pastor Sohl? And I think you have other updates that you are raring to update our MCOs.
Yeah.
Great.
Sir Steve. Yeah, anyway, since you mentioned already, Laarni, that's kumamadamdama pa since in that direction. But then, in the past days, we had the privilege to, actually this is not our first time, but this is our second time with, with the NEA peoples. We want them to see, or actually they requested to see our Manasok mini hydro, renewable energy source, 3 megawatt, hydro mini hydro. They were impressed. They were impressed. In fact, no less than the admin himself said, "I'm impressed," and he said we're gonna talk about this, and when it comes to renewable energy, they and together with the councilors gamin na DJ and some of our management in the Beneco cooperative came, and we had this wonderful educational and very inspiring opportunity nga kaabailan tayo iti develop iti may isang mini hydro. In line with that, we have other plans in the future. That's why your board, especially our chairman, who's really very much passionate about that. We have been scouting future mini hydro projects for purposes of electricity provisions. It will help in the reduction of our electric bills for that reason. Sir Steve, would you like to add to that?
Thank you, Pastor. The Manasok mini hydro in Bugyas is a very good example of the expertise of Beneco. In fact, Beneco is being tapped by the electric cooperatives in the entire Cordillera Autonomous Region for their expertise in mini hydros. So these electric cooperatives want Beneco to actually build their mini hydros for them. Now, in terms of financial return, the Manasok mini hydro cost approximately 500 million through a bank loan. Unfortunately, the national government doesn't have enough funding to provide for renewable energy projects all over the Philippines. So Beneco took it upon themselves to get a loan from the Bank of the Philippine Islands and actually build the mini hydro. So the 500 million basically that was spent is really broken down. It's approximately 150 million per megawatt to build the mini hydro. That is the going rate right now. And we expect the total return, or the sales will be approximately 80 million per year. When the 3 turbines are running, because it's 1 turbine per megawatt, we're going to generate approximately 80 million in sales every year. So when you factor in the 500 million loan, it is still financially feasible. The return on investment is actually 6 to 7 years, and we believe it's financially feasible. So not only will it reduce the price of electricity, but it will also provide for additional jobs and socio-economic development in the Bugyas area. And one feature of the Manasok mini hydro that is very endearing to the government and the local population is that this is going to be co-owned by Benguet. This is not only going to be a Beneco-owned project, it is actually going to be shared with the local population. So it's actually a build, operate, and transfer arrangement where Bugyas, the local government of Bugyas, will share in the profits eventually.
Yes, sir.
So I think this is why the other cooperatives in the Cordilleras are so keen on asking for Beneco's help, because the contract is is a win-win situation for both the local population as well as the electric cooperative. Now, going forward, we are very excited about a number of projects, mini hydro projects that can go online almost immediately if we can find funding. The first one is in Kabayan, by the Agno River, in the municipality of Kabayan. That could be a 20 megawatt project. So approximately 3 to 4 billion. And it will be able to generate sales of almost 500 million a year. So we hope to clear the LGU hurdles through that and begin Kabayan immediately if possible. We also have the Philex Mining Corporation. They've offered to Beneco the spillway of Philex, and that could be another 10 megawatts. So all of this could really help reduce the electricity rate for the Beneco consumer. I'm Laarni.
Yes, sir. Pastor Sohl, any additional info on
Yeah, the ticket only shows how your board is really looking forward. So, dahito ko makat one thing makita tayo kamsat nga we are not only concentrating on one area but many different facets, and all towards giving our MCO the best benefit, in all the things that we do. So, it's a sort of a win-win situation for all of us. So please continue to kind of support our effort for the purposes nga mo tayo, but nga it's all for the benefit of that. So it's just one of the things nga raramidan tayo kat adupay iti makikita tayo in the near future kuma that we can do, looking forward.
looking forward? So for the SEP projects, any updates, Sir Steve?
Thank you, Ma'am Laarni. In terms of CTO electrification, we were in a small barangay in Kabayan yesterday to electrify 15 households. The humble CTO of Apan Berang in Barangay Pakso in Kabayan. And we're very gratified, of course, to meet the local MCOs in the area. For 15 households, we had to install 20 electricity poles as well as 1 kilometer of line. And it cost Beneco 1.2 million. So, as you can see, listeners, there is no financial return as to the CTO electrification project. It is purely a missionary program for Beneco. But it is also the most important, in my opinion, since in Benguet, we still have another 1,000 CTOs to electrify. And this has to be generated from internal funds because the national government has very limited funds for CTO electrification. If some of you may remember, President Marcos allocated 1.8 billion for CTO electrification in the entire Philippines. Unfortunately, that will only reach Mindanao. It will never reach Visayas or Luzon. So it is Beneco, it is incumbent on Beneco to find the financial resources to be able to do CTO electrification, and it is the most gratifying. We are certainly very gratified to see the electrification of the entire Benguet, since CTOs are growing all the time, and a CTO could be five houses.
Yes, sir.
So it is one of our most gratifying, basically, responsibilities.
It's
Pastor
not-
Sohl.
As it's not, by the way, sir, it's not the ROI or return of investment anymore. It's serbisyo because that's Beneco's mandate, sir. So talaga mo't makita yun DJ banbantay awitin dagi DJ lineman
Lineman
tayo
tayo.
dagi
Dagi
ta nga
poste,
nagdadagsin
yeah.
nga poste. Makikita tayo mo DJ may Facebook nga picture da. We also have naging media savvy na rin yung mga linemen natin. They take pictures of
May selfie na
themselves
sila.
when
Yeah.
sir. Tapno may pakita ta actually at the DJ way iding we encourage everybody to be the information officers of Beneco to show nga what we are doing. Dati kat we are just quietly working behind the scenes, hantay yung ipakpaka mo. Basta't importante idikin niya tayo. Basta may third tayo, ti serbisyo tayo, may maaramid tayo, DJ mandato tayo, nga agpasilaw, DJ sityos, DJ kaadayuan, nga luglugar, like Takadang. Imagine data, sir, at the DJ latest nga post tayo 5 nga oras dang pinagna DJ takadang tapno lang apanda pasilawan ta
Yeah.
na awan ti silaw da nagsubli da nagawid da di ko na awan manen DJ gayam lightning. Isu ti rason gayam so nga masapul dan tumanan ti agsubli so anusan tayo so nga nung maawanan tayo ti silaw ag lalo no tatang adda ti inclement weather nga kunada umay ni mawar anusan tayo basit tahan nga kaskarina apo MCOs tayo kakapsat nga kasjay ka paspas ti panagi ayos iti lineman tayo kadagita masapul nga they do it safely so DJ ko na nga rod ni Apo Steve Tatay ay jay press release ti Beneco nga inalamot ti kakadwa nga media and thank you for everybody who wanted to who already shared our press release haan nga press release dayta ka talaga nga isutiin aramidan tayo ito'y Beneco tayo nga kooperatiba tayo amin and we should be protecting Beneco. Yes sir.
If I may add, Ma'am Laarni, a shout out to our Beneco linemen. These are some of the best professionals I've seen. And the interim board is going to try as much as possible to support and keep this lineman because I've heard some really disturbing news recently that 10 to 15 of our linemen are moving to Canada or Australia.
Australia, I think, sir. Dadan lagi na dumadjay.
So, and we know we already have linemen in Canada and Australia. And so I'm saying, wait a minute, the Beneco lineman is being recruited internationally because of their reputation. So, if I may ask our listeners and our MCOs and our Beneco employees to please encourage our linemen to stay with us because we are having a difficult time finding linemen right now, unfortunately, because they're considered some of the best professionals in the world, and they're going to be compensated accordingly. So that is one of the primary goals of the interim board is to keep our best people basically, and some of our best people in Beneco are our linemen, the heroes, the true heroes of Beneco.
Yes, nang tayo data kakabsat nga lineman niya. Pastor Sohl, any
actually
additional?
one of the things nga siguro may isang nga iselebrar tayo niya. Actually not only the lineman but the entire management from the rank and file to the top management, because as you all know, tayo nga mo, Beneco is considered as an ISO accredited organization, meaning this is world class. ISO is this international standardization body that recognizes top quality from finances to management and operations. Dagiti kumpanya nga may bagate nga world class. Kakabsat, we're happy to be a part interim kami lang as part
Thank
of
you,
this
sir.
world class organization. So shout out to management, from top managements to the rank and file. Let's make Beneco a happy place. A happy place, because if people are in their happy place and they love what they do, they're not working, but rather they're just simply celebrating a good thing altogether. So agyaman kami kinyayo amin dagi serbisyo yo, it does not go unnoticed.
Thank you, sir. And we really do try our very best also to serve. For our daytoy English akmatan. Ilocano kunan ni Apo Delmar. Notice
right.
of scheduled power interruption. Dito ti orayan ti kaadwan tapno makasagana damot piman. Into no Tuesday, May 30, 2023, adati ay sus daytoy. Agsagana tayo 9 a.m. to 5 a.m. Ti affected daytoy lamot substation kanid dalikno substation tayo. Ket daytoy ijay parte iti Luwakan, iti Tuesday day ito parte ti Luwakan, Magsaysay, near Peza, Baguio City, parts of Luwakan proper, Kudiraw, Kulyan Compound, Mary Hills, including Heaven's Garden, Memorial Park, and Air Transportation Office, iti Baguio City. Adamot ti parte iti abukay ampukay itugon maapektaran matla dayta. Parts of Pinesville Subdivision, Fort del Pilar, kan parts of Purok 7 and 8 ijay Kias, Baguio City. Dagitoy ket Beneco power interruption, relocation of secondary pole nga affected ije proposed house construction, facilitate row clearing, importante dito iti line maintenance tayo apo, kan restructuring of assemblies for primary extension. So, ano san tayo basit? So, agsagana tayo Tuesday daytoy, May 30. Into no Wednesday, May 31, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. matlang. Lamot substation when of feeder 12. Ti affected ditoy, dagitoy di parte iti Lexber Heights, Agnes, Bernadita, Encarnacion, Alexandria, Bernard, Berdepino Drive, Camp 7, Baguio City. Parts of Woodgate Square Subdivision and parts of Pias. Iso data. Ano san tayo kakabsat dayta ket masapul nga aramid ti kakabsat tayo nga lineman para kanya tayo amin. So daytoy matlang ket Beneco power interruption matlang daytoy when so daytoy ket restructuring matlaang uprating ti kunada ditoy of communal distribution transformer from 50 kVI to 75 kVA. Kanadamat lang ti mareconfigure nga secondary lines and installation of intermediate pole to improve our facilities. Into no Wednesday, May 31, 2023 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Ijay Lamot Substation matlang. Dagito ijay Lexber, ijay Woodsgate Square Subdivision. And then ijay into no Thursday, June 1, 2023, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Irisan Substation, Feeder 3, apektado kakabsat. J parts ti Magnolia Street, San Luis Village, Baguio City. Kani parts ti Purok 2, Sycamore Alley, Pine Tree Alley, and areas near Asin Barangay Hall. Jay Asin Barangay Hall tayo, lagi pon tayo. Jay Baguio City dayta. Daytoy matlangkat may isang Beneco power interruption. Relocation of secondary pole affected by ongoing house construction. And Beneco rehabilitation of secondary lines due to long span service drops. So no dagamin ti long span nga service drops masapul nga makorek dayta ken maayos ta may sab dayta nga kaslakunada nga weak link dayta. So into no June 2 Friday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. matlang. Ijay Atok Substation kan ni North Sanitary Camp Substation ti affected. So ijay Benguet kat circuit 2. Ijay Baguio City feeder 5 kan ni feeder 10 ti affected dita. Dagijay lugar, jay parts of Lower Brookside. Agsagana tayon apuwen, parts of Manuel Rojas from Jomar Store to Bakisan Store. Parts of Purok 6. Naitap daytoy ijay M. Rojas Lower Navy Base kan St. Joseph Village, Baguio City. And then ijay parts of Balili, ijay Balili Second Road, ijay Banig. Parts of Balete kan Central Tawang near Tawang Elementary School. Basta daytoy kakabsat lagi pon tayo kitkitaan tayo uray no kunada nga 9 to 5 han nga insigida dayta dati time nga so we treat it nga we should be careful tahaan nga no nay adalat tati no daduma jay line kataan nga no 9 to 5 kunada dati 5 p.m. onwards adalat ta mabalin nga haan nga eksakto. No into no Saturday, June 3, 2023 at damat laang ti 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Lamot Substation. Kat daytoy adakdakkel areas affected ijay whole of Ukab, parts of Tuding, ijay Sagada Hill, and parts of Luwakan, Luneta, Itogon. So, Beneco power interruption matlang daytoy kakabsat. Relocation of primary pole affected by the ongoing building construction kun i-facilitate matlaang jay row clearing iti line maintenance tayo. So, ano san tayo inya? Masapol tayo dagito tapno ma-improve ti serbisyo kun taan nga dakdakkel ti mangyari nga maperdi no antayong ayusan dagitoy. This also serve as notice to all concerned cable and communication companies to inspect and institute necessary safety measures actions on their cable lines attached on the Beneco poles. affected Beneco polls data. So kitan tayo daytoy ket na-notify mat lang dagitoy mabalinda nga take advantage daytoy nga power interruption tapno improve damat dagijay mangmanggag tayo makitkita tayo dagijay complaints inya. At dadagijay nagad-ado nga spaghetti wires nga ibagbagada dita kat usually ipagarop ti kaadwan nga tattao ni Beneco wires dagita haan dagitoy ket dagijay cable and communications dagita so nga i-notify mi met lang isoda. Always consider all lines energized. Power may be restored earlier than the scheduled time or mabalin mat lang adda basit nga haan nga eksaktuan na data. So for more information, please contact the following numbers. Ibinsa-binsak inya 637-4400, local 605-2607, 0908-886-57-202, 0917-592-1698. Approved for publication and announcement ni OIC Network Services Department Manager tayo ni Engineer Mario Calatan. So daytoy kat official daytoy nga announcement tayo. May pablaak mat lang daytoy kay dagijay Facebook page tayo, jay Beneco website tayo, ijay dadumapay nga partners tayo nga local media, radio and print. So mabalin tayo nga agkita kadagijay basbasaon tayo nga newspapers at damat laang ti website da at damat laang iti Facebook page da ken ni Beneco at damat ti Facebook page tayo mabalin tayo met nga ag message kinyada ken actually no hantay pay amo mabalin tayo nga ited ti emails tayo ta adda dagijay interesado aglalo dagijay ti trabaho da ket online maikikanda ma-forwardan da iti emails da adu dagijay nag-request kinya tayo. So thank you manen ta adda tayo amin nga agdengdengeg kadagiti amin nga kakadwa tayo nga adalata nga mang suportar ditoy radio program tayo. Pastor Sohl, adda ti kayat yung nga ibaga.
Well, manan na kablaawan tayo amin nga kakadwa tayo, from the management, of course, especially to our dear MCOs. We are here to serve you. Sapay kumata in our service kat we will find due resolutions to all. Kat hanmat siguro amin ngam talaga nga we try our best at least to deliver to you best services that we could.
Yes, sir. Words of the day. Lifeline rate. Anya dayta nga lifeline rate. This is a socialized pricing mechanism under Section 73 of the Electric Power Industry Reform Act. Wenno epira nga makuna of 2001. So daytoy at dati barbaro good news actually daytoy kakabsat. Ta recently na ti marching orders tayo nga ron ta nagapumot lang iti DOE masapol nga ipaamumi daytoy. At daytoy joint resolution number 1 series of 2022 for implementing Republic Act or RA number 11552 entitled An Act extending and enhancing the implementation of the lifeline rate, amending for the purpose Section 73 of Republic Act number 9136, otherwise known as the Electric Power Industry Reform Act of 2001 as amended by Republic Act number 10150. Anya ba daytoy? Addan iti idino dati kat sapasap daytoy nga maikikan dagijay 45 and below. Actually ni Beneco tinangi on its own nagdesisyon nga i-extend na wano 45 and below dakdakkel tapno aduti maikan iti subsidiya. Tani gobyerno ti kunana idi 25 and below laeng kuma. Ngam jay panawan ni Apo GM verso sa idi tapno aduti maikan na or masubsidi matulungan actually nga dagiti marigrigat nga kakabsat tayo. So 45 and below ket haandang applyan daytoy sa pasapon. Ngam with this new RA wano Republic Act new law ket daytoy ket masapulen nga aplikaran. Tamay ramanen dayjay kakadwat ay kakabsat tayo nga for peace. Isu nga talo nga sangay iti gobyerno ti involved ditoy. Daytoy dayjay DOE, kat under ti DOE dagijay distribution utilities like Beneco. And then dayjay DSWD, when kan dayjay PSA gayam tapnohang kumalipatan niya Philippine Statistics Authority. Daytoy PSA isuda iti mangi determine when anya idayjay threshold nga pangikitaan no anya nga klase ta haanen nga national daytoy jay local LGU wenno probinsyalan no kasano nga kapur, di ba, dati threshold nga itudda kinya tayo. So orayon tayo dayjay ta ngam ti importante dayta no kas pagarigan haan tayo nga man nga naynayon ijay 4 piece nga kunada nga listaan ni DSWD haan kayo nga agdanag. Ta addamet lang no ti maysa nga pamilya ket maysa nga marigrigat ket kunana wen data na kakabil dita maagos usar kami met lang ti kuryente ngem haan kami nga haan nga nakanagan kinyami adda kano ti kunani DOE adda ti aramidan datap no may nayon da ta syempre adda dagi permemet ti rigat ti pamilyada handa nga bagi han nga nakanagan piman kinyada dagi jay metro da. So adda latta may nayon kayon tulata haan kayo nga agdanag. So nga dagitoy dagi makuna nga marginalized end users nga ti level ti konsumo da ket within the threshold determined by the ERC and the PSA ket ngam ti mangi-validate daytoy si tayo ni Beneco wenno dag other electric cooperatives wenno distribution utilities. So nga daytoy ti requirements for the grant of lifeline rate for the marginalized end users. No dagijay 4 Ps dagitoy ti isubmitar tayo when dagijay duly accomplished application form, most recent electricity bill for the electric service being applied for, kun any valid government issued ID nga adda may pakita nga signature kan address ni consumer. No si kayo dayta when mabalin nga physically wenno electronically via email nga isubmitar yu daytoy. Tapno maka avail kayo iti daytoy nga subsidiya. Kun dagijay other marginalized end users nga not under 4 Ps whose family income fall below the poverty threshold nga ibagbahak tatay same matlaeng agdawat kayo iti certification ijay local nga social welfare and development office tayo. Dapat daytoy within 6 months before nga agfile kayo iti application. Ket masapot nga may pakita nga di pamilyayo ket below poverty threshold nga at that time awan no applicable ijay nga panag-aplikaryo. Masapol nga syempre jay duly accomplished application form tayo ken most recent electricity bill met lang ken dayjay ID containing your signature and address ken dagijay qualified marginalized end users except 4 Ps beneficiaries who are applying for, this is for the renewal datin nga lifeliners ko na tayo kinyada the same certification from the social welfare office, most recent electric bill, valid government ID daytoy tinay na yon, previous certification and lifeline coverage nga in issue when i-issue ni Beneco wenno dayjay distribution utilities. Hanla nga ni Beneco daytoy all over the Philippines daytoy. Ket data certification nga ited ti local social welfare office shall only serve as supporting document. Haan nga final data gaputan na ikan kayon iti certification idetermina met laeng iti Beneco data. So dagijay ma-disqualify anya daytoy addamet ni ma-disqualify syempre dagijay marginalized end users nga reside kadagijay wenno agigyan kadagijay condominium wenno subdivision projects except dagijay condominium projects wenno subdivision projects iti gobyerno duly certified by the LGU or relevant authorities nga makuna. Number 2, dagijay avail iti net metering services. Ngam adat exemption na nga marginalized end users dapat ket mabalhin dagita. Na sumaruno dita, those who do not qualify in any of the categories nga makuna but whose level of consumption falls at or below consumption threshold determined and approved by ERC gat dagitoy nga nag-violate uray no mabalin kayo. Dagiti requirements ket qualified kayo. Nung kaspagarigan adati record yung nga makita ni Beneco nga adati nagtakawan nyo. Pasensyan EJ words nga word nga pa nagtakaw inya. Ta isumati anti pilferage nga kunada pa nagtakaw dayta. Iwerbasak lang daytoy. Ket daytoy DJ violated the Anti-Pilferage Act of Electricity and Theft of Transmission Lines, Materials Act of 1994. Awan, haan kayo mabalin. Pinagbalinda nga 20. Tatan, agbalinin nga 50 years. Ngam aplikaran tayo dayta. So, time flies so fast. Nagpaspas nga talaga ti oras, especially no interesting ti topics. Agyaman kami kanya yung nga nakijoin kan nakidengeg kata kami. Thank you, Chairperson Steve and Pastor Sohl, for coming and sharing your updates and information to our listeners. Your adati ibagayo?
Thank you, Ma'am Laarni. In closing, I'd like to personally thank the interim board for their service. The interim board, namely Pastor Sohl De guia, Mr. Joaquin De Palog from Bugias, Attorney George Dumawing, and Ma'am Elma Donal. When they joined the interim board in January, basically, we canceled all their benefits. There were no benefits for the board of directors. This was purely a service function, basically. And to this date, they continue to serve. I will stand by their integrity, their unwavering dedication to service, and they have become my personal friends. So, if I may ask the listeners, the MCOs, Beneco management, to please support the interim board, because we're not going to be here forever. That's why we're called interim. But we are here to serve for the benefit of Beneco and to make sure that we protect our franchise. Thank you very much, Ma'am Laarni.
Thank you, Sir Steve. Pastor Sohl?
Likewise, we would like to thank agyaman kami laununay ti sumuportar iti kooperatiba tayo, no, the Beneco Cooperative Electric Cooperative. Katagyaman kami launay for the opportunity na pagundawayan kami nga agsirbi, and rest assured, kakabsat, from the management down to our MCOs, that the best interest of the board is to make sure that we deliver services that are proactive and at the same time pro-consumers. So, sapay kumata, suportaran tayo. Kat no adaman itibanbanag nga medyo han nga klaro kada tayo kat agpaspasin siya kayo pay basit. But we are trying our best. Rest assured nga may tadmi kada kayo amin. Iti serbisyo nga pagbanagan kat mayat kuma. Ti pagbanagan na para kada tayo amin. So, gyaman kami kat God bless you all. Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you, Pastor Sohl. To Master Control, thank you. Till next time, this is Laarni, your Ronda Beneco host, signing off.
Ronda Beneco, pakatalantanan dagiti isyo, ken programa iti Benguet Electric Cooperative, ken industriya iti kuryente. Ronda Beneco.